for today's cup of coffee with Scream. It's one day closer to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I was telling Kid just before we started recording
Black Friday
that this may be one of those Thanksgivings to remember for not good reasons.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt. Prepare for incoming whatever.
We don't know, but it's just there. It's just there. God love him. He's been having panic attacks, and that's not fun. The water babies have been having a hard time. What?
Day.
Yeah.
All damn day. And it started trickling in like 2 weeks ago.
There was somebody that had posted over on X that the energy, it just felt like she was feeling it in her chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly where it feels. Mm-hmm. It's right there, which makes it feel like, oh shit, is there something wrong with me?
Right.
Is there something wrong with my spirit? Did I do something wrong?
If you did, you would know. You would be told.
Huh?
God does not leave people hanging, sitting there going, you know what you did. No, he's not that passive-aggressive type thing. No, he does not. If you did something wrong, you will know what you did was wrong. Yeah. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
So, but whatever's, and I told him too, it's one of those that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We can't control. It's a matter of distinguishing. It is that serenity prayer. Lord, grant me, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can't,
and the wisdom to know the difference.
Mm-hmm. That's that discernment. Every day. It's posted throughout this house in various and sundry places.
This energy hurts.
It does. And I'm sorry. And it's hard because when you, especially with kid, I don't care how old they are. When they hurt, you hurt. That's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's like literally, it's like this, it's like a pressure and a pain.
Mm-hmm. But to trust
and the feeling like you're about to absolutely just, you don't even know what, like this energy makes you feel like you could turn into shapes that you didn't even know you could do.
Well, that's where it's affecting that water, because water takes the shape of whatever it's poured into. So those water signs, that's the reason it's hitting y'all so much.
And it feels
harder.
Like some shapes you ain't even supposed to be in.
Yeah. But how it is in this moment is not how it's always going to be. And that is the one thing about mindfulness, and they're like, well, be in the moment. Well, that's great, except when the moment sucks.
Yeah, and it feels like it's lasting an eternity.
Yeah, because when you're in pain, time stops. It truly does. And it's just... So prayers, please. And for those of you who have been praying for us, and for all the other ones that's having a really, really hard time with this point in history, please be in prayer for them.
Elijah said, like, if you feel like you need to break out and run, then that means you've done something wrong. And I'm like, that's not true, because I talked to Dad, and he was, the first time he ever went into the mall by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad, if I'm sharing personal information that you don't want shared, I am sorry, but this is the only way that I can articulate my experience.
Yeah.
And I am truly grateful for you giving me your side, like your experience as well, Dad. But like the first time that he went into a mall, it took everything in his power not to burst out into a full-on sprint out of there.
Because that's anxiety disorder. It's real.
So he understands.
Yes, he does. That's the reason I told you to call him.
And I am grateful to have parents. Both my parents understand.
Yeah. And it was like this morning, you needed to speak to him, because I'm not egotistical in that way. There are times that men need to speak with other men. You all speak a separate language.
We do. We're separate, well, part of a separate species in a way, kind of.
Yeah. And it's like if somebody, whichever, I don't care what gender they are, if they think that they have all of the answers, stay away from that person. Because they don't. They're not God. They've got problems. It's like you've got a God complex. Get over yourself.
You know what my answer is to most things that are outside my realm? Pray about it.
Uh-huh. That is the correct answer on most things.
Like, how else can you, if you don't got an answer to it, don't pull something out of your ass, you know?
It's okay to say, I don't know. Let's search for an answer. And with the, honestly, with the astrology and stuff, to sit there and go, oh, this is whatever, it's messing with this. And it's like, okay, I got it, And I just, basic knowledge is what I have on this.
And it's like you know how you've been doing like that whole like life re-examination thing?
Oh, yeah.
That's sort of what it has been going on as well. And I'm like, literally looking up at the sky, asking, God, why am I here again? Yeah. And then to get the like legit, it's like I had silence on the way back, and like as soon as I was pulling out of Nana's driveway, it's like right after me being like, God, what is my purpose again? And he's like, I don't know. It was loud, whatever it was, but it was internal. I heard it internally. It was loud, and it's like, you'll rebel. You will rebel. It's like, what? In what way?
If you'll rebel. If he told you, that's the reason he does not tell people a lot of times their life path, because that was just like we were watching. I was talking to Esperanza there on her quick hits this morning in the comment section, where we had watched the video about that guy that's got the TikTok or whatever it is about the tiny cowboy. And he's a good looking guy. He's probably, I don't know, he's 30 or something like that. And he lost his legs. And people are going, boy, this is really thankful. Yeah, be thankful. If you got legs, be thankful. If you don't have legs, still be thankful.
What the fuck does that
mean? But he has, with the prosthetics and stuff, what happened, I thought he might have been a war vet or something like that. No, it was a matter of a car accident. He is thankful that the accident happened, because all that hardship, he understands that made him into who he is today. And he does just fine with the prosthetics. He can do everything that he did before, except when he had his natural legs, he didn't have the experience. He had not gone through what he did. That time of trial and tribulation has made him truly grateful.
What does that have to do with not knowing what the fuck that was very loud internally?
Because if God had said, oh yeah, at this age you're going to have a massive car accident and you're going to lose your legs. And now most people would rebel. They would not go through that. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you.
So basically what you're saying is that he told me, cannot tell you the answer because you will full on dip out.
Yes. That's exactly.
Can't tell you what your mission is. You'll dip out.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's true of everybody. Everybody. They go through different things and they're like, Lord, I do not understand this. But now, with the story of Job, remember that when his friends, he was the one that was sitting there going, God, I didn't. What did I do? And his friends are like, you did something. You did something. And at the end, it was like, no. God had a purpose. He didn't even reveal it to Job at the time. Now, do I really...
I'm like, Lord, give me a hint. Just a sniff of a hint.
Sometimes there's a reason that God says no. That's just like when you have small children, you don't sit there and go, as far as them falling down, that's just part of learning to walk. But when they fall down and you pick them up and brush them off, and you teach them, it teaches them resilience to keep going. Well, it's a matter of a spiritual walk, and the challenges are different. Yeah. And like, even as small children, now if you go into a dissertation with a 9-month-old, however old they are when they start getting hurt, are they going to understand?
No.
Right. Same thing with people's. A lot of times the reasoning is so far above our understanding that even if he did try to explain it, we wouldn't get it.
No, because we don't have the capacity to understand the reasoning. We
Right.
don't have the capacity
Right.
to have that understanding.
That's where faith comes in.
Yeah.
Trust comes in.
Do you think we'll ever get that understanding?
Sure. At a certain point.
Like he'll
we will.
ever just explain that to us, like what our purpose was?
Well, sure. I mean, it's one of those at the end of it, we will look back on it and go, oh, okay, that's what that was. All right, yeah.
Okay.
And to understand the why and how it benefited us. It's not that he's trying to be a big meanie. He does what he does out of love. That's just like a parent as far as punishing a child, because children need to be corrected. If you don't correct your children, if you don't set boundaries with your children, then you have a world full of spoiled brats, which is what we have a whole lot of right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that when reality hits, it's not going to be fun for those people.
No. No, it's not going to be fun.
It's, and
It's like, damn, this is a rough journey, though.
It is. It is. And it's not to sit there and minimize it in the least.
But that makes me wonder. It's like, Lord, you told me I'll rebel. You didn't tell me, like, if I told you this, like, you'll rebel, like, flat out. You didn't tell me that in that terminology, but, like, what kind of fuck shit do you got me signed up for?
Well, I don't know. I don't
Like,
know.
with no disrespect, Lord. Like, legit, no disrespect at all. But what kind of fuck shit do you got me signed up for?
He speaks Gen Z. He does. He speaks Gen Z. And all the other generations, including Gen X. He shared with us the joy of coffee and cigarettes.
That is true.
Yeah. So it's been a rough go. Like I said, it's so many people having a rough go of it.
Yeah, it's like that sucks. That sucks that there's a lot of people going through this, you know?
Well, we signed up at some level when God said, will you go? And we were like, yes. Yeah, there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
And this is as far as this week of gratitude and being thankful. And we had listened to a gentleman earlier, and he was, hang on just a minute, and I'll tell you what his channel was, if I can find it. Because I didn't, when I click that record button, I never know this is why we don't have a script, because we wouldn't go by it. Anyhow, AVA Pop Culture. And he had a really good, and I'll put the link in the description box and you can listen to what he had to say. He's got a lot of wisdom and why things were different in the 80s and the 90s during this period of time than they are today. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about where everything is available all the time to anybody. Instead of having to wait for something and having that seasonal. And we understand a lot of that has to do with, the commercialism, this consumer culture that we're going through and have been going through for a long time. It's like more, buy more, buy more.
Yeah.
You don't have any place to put anything, buy a storage shed and put it behind your whatever. Yeah, no. No, there's, how much is enough? But that was one of the things. And he was talking about how Thanksgiving a lot of times gets lost.
It does.
And it's important. It is tradition, and it's important we keep that alive. And our culture and traditions have been under attack. Everybody that's on this planet has been battle-born. Every one of us. Now, is this gearing up to be the boss battle? We don't know. I mean, we got some rough times here in America right now, and may have rougher coming up. Please pray for us.
Yeah.
Please pray for President Trump, whether you like him or not. It's like that is one thing about it. There's a lot of politicians that I don't like. It's not my place to judge them and to still, because the scripture says, pray for them. I do. Even if it's a matter of going, please God, don't let them hurt people. That's still a prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's been so much exposed. I mean, it'll make your head spin. It really will. But we have so much to be thankful for each and every day. We've got food, we've got clothing, we've got shelter. We are just so blessed. We have an abundance of everything.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want this to be a Debbie Downer again, like online therapy session. Nah, because it's like, truly, it's like I got so much to be grateful for and am truly grateful for. It's just so hard to express that right now.
I get it. And don't beat yourself up. That's just one of those, you're just there. And part of the experience is to experience the experience. Yeah.
I'm not having fun.
No. We weren't promised fun. We were not promised fun.
No. Listen, as long as listen, as long as there's like a big fun at the finale, like I'm
right.
good. I'm good.
That's it. This world is not our home.
I just want big party at the end of it.
We're going through this as a temporary, a temporary journey to this is not the final destination on this.
No.
That is the promise. But on a more light side, the dude on the, what was it, AVA? What did I say that it was? Oh my God, I've already forgotten.
Movie channel?
AVA Pop Culture. He had another thing that we had watched, and he had a countdown on TV specials and stuff, and I realized how much TV that I missed. Well, not really, because I stopped. After you have kids, you watch like kid shows. That's it. I can tell you about some of the Powerpuff Girls and different things like that, and Samurai Jack, because it's what you do when you have children. You watch something that's appropriate for the children. Mm-hmm. But some of these other ones, I have never watched an episode of Friends, not one.
I've watched,
and my life is none the poorer for it.
I don't see what was the big deal about it. I don't see the big deal about that show. Of course, I never really watched that show either. I've never watched a full episode ever. Only seen clips, and some of those other shows I never watched that he mentioned.
Yeah, I had no clue what he was talking about on some of that.
Like, I've seen clips of Bewitched, but I don't think that I've ever actually watched an episode of Bewitched.
But he touched on one that is, when somebody says Thanksgiving show, this is the show that I will tell somebody about. WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Turkeys Away.
We actually watched that episode together. It was so funny.
It's something that you have to watch just about every year. And I was looking to see which season that it was and where you could watch it. It was season 1. I think it was episode 7 is what they're saying. And someplace said that you can watch it on Amazon Prime, the full thing. You can find snippets and clips on YouTube, but you can't find the whole thing. You got to watch the whole thing.
You do. Maybe it's on Tubi.
Maybe. Now, WKRP in Cincinnati, I did love. And if you're not familiar with it, it was about a radio station. And this was long before I ever dreamed that I would be in radio. And Johnny Fever was he was my hero. But Les Nessman, and that's whose picture you're looking at, the premise of it, and I'm not trying to be a spoiler, but there's no way I can tell the story without it being a spoiler, so if you want to skip ahead, that's perfectly fine. They got a promotion for Thanksgiving. You always think about turkeys. and everything's like that, that they were going to do the WKRP turkey drop, where they had a helicopter, and they had turkeys in the helicopter. Live turkeys. And Les Nessman's character, I mean, it was...
Dropped live turkeys
it was
from an airplane.
Just absolutely brilliant. I was trying to look in... Richard Sanders was the actor who played Les Nessman. The whole cast was phenomenal.
I thought turkeys could fly.
And that was... It was almost like a reenactment of when the Hindenburg, burned.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh, the humanity. It was just perfect.
I thought they could
and
fly.
And that you have the station owner, or whatever his name was, and he can that line, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." And I'm not doing it justice. You have to watch it. It is just brilliant.
Yes.
Every time you just howl with laughter. And it's like, they're hitting the ground like bags of wet cement. And this is what happens when you go. Now, actually, wild turkeys can fly, and they're good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, just not the genetically modified ones.
Not the domestic turkeys. They don't do that.
No.
They don't do that. But if you city folk, you don't know that. But that is...
They can't even fly a little bit.
No. They'll fly a little bit, but...
They can't even levitate off the ground like 2 foot.
No. And then the one thing, because I was in radio for over 5 years, and loved it. My God, I loved that. Of any job that I've ever had, I loved that more than anything else. And it was not unusual, because we didn't have, this was before the computer programmed everything on stuff. And, we got to where we could program for the weekends and stuff like that, because I was operations manager, in addition to having an air shift at one point. Working Thanksgiving was odd because it wasn't the whole day. It was a matter of coordinating with the rest of the family. It's like, hey, if you'll get the kids here, whatever, kid and or kids, since the kid was born a few months before I decided to, quit radio.
Mm-hmm.
Change in life, it just happens sometimes very, very suddenly.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I would do every Thanksgiving, and it was expected because there was one song that you play on Thanksgiving and only on Thanksgiving. And that is Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant from 1967.
I was trying to think. Have I heard that?
If you have, and it's epic. It's 18 minutes. It's a bathroom break song.
Oh God.
Is exactly what that is. That and Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah.
You would have some of those songs that were these long songs if you needed a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is
And you go
absolutely...
pee, put like a 15-minute, 10-15-minute song on.
Yeah.
Yep. Let that thing play.
And in that station, I couldn't smoke in the control room. The first radio station, I could.
Damn.
It was all right. We had like a little kitchenette thing, and I would run from the control room, get a drag off cigarette, run back.
Oh, heck yeah.
Timing. That's the thing. You'd be amazed how long 5 or 10 seconds of dead air is.
Yeah. That's a long time.
It is. But it was this song was very much a product of its time during Vietnam, and there is parts of that. But if you've never heard it, look it up on YouTube. If I remember, I'll put you a link. And it's just brilliantly written. And as far as they had Thanksgiving dinner at Allison's restaurant, and so the trash needed to be taken out, and so instead of taking it wherever it was, again, they didn't have the convenience stations like they do now. He decided to throw it over the bank and got caught for littering. So he was arrested for littering.
Mm.
And so his part of the tale is him sitting in the jail and dealing with the cops again, this is 67. The world was in our nation was going through a period of chaos then also.
Yeah.
Just like it is now. And it's brilliant. One of my favorite lines, and I had scrolled down about the 27 8x10 photographs with paragraph and arrows and everything like that. That was his the cop's evidence.
Yeah.
It's just epic. It is Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving, make sure that you give a listen to Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah.
And remember, we lived through the 60s. We've lived through a lot of stuff as a nation. Mm-hmm. And we understand that this is one of those that the enemy is within. And it's a matter we fight through prayer.
We do.
At this point.
Mm-hmm.
And to be prepared if other comes. So, do you want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at RolandaCOCWS. Thank you all for joining us, and have a good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Know that you are loved. Mm-hmm. And you all are something that we are always, every day, so thankful for.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you comment, wondrous. I love interacting with the comments. If you're one that listens and you don't ever comment, that's okay too. You're just as loved. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want to.
Us lurkers, we're valid. We are valid.
If you are in need of prayer or someone to listen, you can always send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It's there in the description box. It may take me a minute to get to them because I do try to scroll through them every now and then, but if I remember. Mm-hmm. It depends on the day. I'm sitting there going, I didn't check the emails. So.
Every day is like that for me.
Yeah.
Every day.
But know that you are loved.
Yeah.
Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye. We got this. We got this.